I have a problem with shamanism. Let's talk about it. So, this is kind of more on a personal note. I really struggle with this term shamanism because it doesn't tell you anything really about the person using it. And I'm guilty of this. I use this term too. And it's always a bit of a struggle because it's like, well, how do I refer to what it is I do? And the if we zoom out, the bigger picture, shamanism, shaman, yes, it has roots in Siberian practice and Siberian language. However, shaman, as it's used and pronounced today in English, comes from academics from the early 20th century who were labeling anything that would fall into this animist umbrella as being shamanism. But shamanic practices globally are not the same. Siberian practice is not going to be the same as Shipibo practice. The practices of the Quechua peoples, the Karo and the Aymara, are not going to be the same as the practices of the Lakota. The practices of traditional Celts are not going to be the same as the Sami people. And yet all of these things get labeled under shamanism. And then on top of that, we have the rise of core shamanism. Well, how do we know then what we're talking about? And, I don't have an answer for this. These are just my thoughts on this. But for myself, my titles, I'm a Nustapaco or a Mesok. Those would be the traditional terms in Quechua for my standing in the lineage. But nobody in the West or the global North knows what that means, so I had to say shaman. And it always feels like a little bit weird because I know, like, no, my practices are not the same as someone who comes out of a Siberian lineage. I also know here on TikTok, there's lots of wonderful Mudang Korean shamans and shamans from Southeast Asia who share their traditions, and their practices aren't the same as each other. My practices are definitely not the same. So how do you guys navigate it? Because it's a problematic and it's a really loaded word, and I don't have the answer, so I'm probably just going to keep saying shaman until, I don't know, maybe the global north learns a bit more about Andean culture. But until then, comment below. How do you navigate this tricky term in your own presentation of what you do? For more, like and follow.